All right, so let's assume that we're trying to find 3 divided by half. 3 divided by half, what do? We may know or we may not know that the way to do this is to just flip, leave the first fraction. The first fraction is 3 over 1. We have 2 fractions here. 3 over 1 divided by 1 over 2. You leave the first fraction and you flip the second fraction. 3 over 1 times 2 over 1, right? 1 over 2, you flip it to become 2 over 1. And you are going to get your answer, which is 6 over 1 or 6. But now that's not the real question. The real question is, why do you do it like this? Why is it that 3 divided by half is 6? That's the real question. And to find the answer to this question, let's try to compare it with other divisions. If we're dividing 10 divided by 2, of course, one way to do it is to share 10 into 2 groups, right? We're going to share 10 things into 2 groups. And of course, each group is going to have 5 things. And so you know that 10 divided by 2 is 5. All right. Now let's apply the same thing here. 3 divided by half. We're going to share 3 things into half groups. Now, we're going to take half of this. Okay, so let's do that. Now, when we cut out this half and put here, how many halves is here? 1 half. We cut out the second half and put here. Now we have 2 halves. We cut out the third half, and now we have 3 halves. We cut out the fourth half, and now we have 4 halves. We cut out the fifth half, and now we have 5 halves. Then we cut out the sixth half, and now we have 6 halves. So really, dividing 3 things into half gives us 6 halves in total, and that is why 3 divided by half is 6. Another way to think of this, let's come back to this illustration. 10 divided by 2, we can also think of it as we're going to give it out in twos. How many times are we going to have twos in 10? And the answer is basically 5 times. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 10, and there are 5 twos here. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. Let's do the same thing here. How many times can we count half in 3? Let's do that. This is 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's take half in each one and see how many halves we have. This is 1 half, another 1 half, 2 halves in total, another 1 half, 3 halves in total, another 1 half, 4 halves in total, another 1 half, 5 halves in total, and finally we have a total of 6 halves. So that's how this works. Now, why is it important to know this? It's important to know this because it's not just enough to know that, okay, 3 divided by half, you flip the second fraction and you have 3 times 2 giving you 6. 4 divided by half, flip the fraction, 4 times 2 giving you 8. It's not enough to know that. It's enough to know how and why you get 6 and 8. When you know how it works, it makes it much easier to understand fractions.